Rhonda Shear was a beautiful brunette with a dream to become a Hollywood star. But she didn't make any headway until she hit the bottle and transformed herself into this blonde bombshell. Now she hosts her own cable TV show. Cheryl was also born beautiful, but she was born blonde. So did she have more fun? Hardly. She got so tired of being seen as a dumb and ditzy blonde bimbo that she also hit the bottle and went brunette. Hair may be only a color, but all of the folks she'll meet today say being blonde or not changed their lives in dramatic ways. Here to kick off the Blondes Have More Fun battle are Rhonda Shear and Cheryl Schumann. All right. Now, come on, Rhonda. Are you really here to tell us that the reason you're this smash success is because you have blonde hair?
Well, I have this opinion that you have to get their attention. Once you have their attention, then you can show them your talent. So, I got their attention, and the blonde thing will do it.
But you got their attention when you were a brunette. You were asked to pose for Playboy magazine. You won beauty contests. What was wrong?
It was a small picture as a brunette. Then I did Playboy again as Women of Comedy. It was a big picture. Because blonde is light, it's bright, it's airy, it's childlike. It is the fantasy, and I don't think there's anything the matter with that.
And is there a double standard in Hollywood from your experience, blondes versus brunettes?
Yeah.
How?
I think that blondes just, they're legends. Marilyn Monroe is a legend. There's something about being a blonde that they've put people on pedestals. Madonna, she doesn't offend anyone. She doesn't offend men or women. It's the same thing. No.
She offends Cheryl, I think. I'm not sure here.
Well, how many people in the audience like Madonna? And it is women, too. And as a stand-up comedian, I go right after females because I have the same problems that women that are brunette or any color hair have. I mean, I have to go to the gynecologist. It's not easy. Well, it's not, well, I did go to it's not so bad. Actually, my gynecologist is old. His handshakes. It's pretty good. So... See, being a blonde, I can get away with this. As a brunette, I can't.
Okay, now tell us what the difference is, though. Why can you get away with it?
Perhaps it is. It's light and airy. I couldn't do that as a brunette. As a brunette, you think evil, Alexis on Dynasty. Crystal, light, airy, bubbly.
But are you are obviously, you have that blonde personality?
Do I have to be a brunette to be intelligent? Do I have to be a brunette to show that I did go to college? I did take courses like Lincoln the Man and the Car. But I did make it out of college. I did. I went to school. I don't think that you have to change your hair color to be intelligent.
But do people treat you differently as a blonde? That's the real question.
Yes, I get attention. I get attention immediately. And then it really is up to you at that point. You have to either show your talent if you are in Hollywood or whatever profession you're in. It doesn't really matter. As a comedian, as I walk out on stage, people, actually, it's harder because they expect you to be dumb. So you walk out on stage and immediately they have a set image.
Bingo.
This is why you decided to switch. Now, you're blonde now, but you were born blonde. Let's try and get this straight. And then you dyed your hair brunette because you didn't think you were being taken seriously.
I knew I wasn't being taken seriously. As a matter of fact, I was told to keep my job that I would have to go to brunette because people wouldn't take me seriously because of the stereotypes. Although I love you, Rhonda, you are a comedian. People aren't taken seriously as blondes. I mean, I'm a doctor now, so it's like, you know, when I go out and see patients as a blonde, they're like, oh, it's okay, honey, we'll wait for the doctor. You know, and I have a problem with that, you know.
Well, okay, tell us why you went, what happened, what kind of job forced you to go brunette, or they wanted you to be a brunette?
I was a reporter for a TV show called PM Magazine, and I was known as America's coupon queen, and I was the lady that used to go into the supermarket and buy hundreds of dollars worth of groceries for 10 and 15 cents, and they said, you're pretty, you're too pretty, you're blonde, you've got to go brunette if you want to keep your job. And that's what I had to do.
Now, did this annoy you? Did you try and fight them on it?
I absolutely tried to fight them on it. I was told that, quote unquote, this is the Susie homemaker image, and you have to have
So what are they saying, that America's homemakers are like brunettes?
The problem that I see is most people unfortunately stereotype, and they feel that if you're blonde, you're dumb, you're easy, you can be taken advantage of, you can be victimized. I heard one guy in the green room say that blondes were easier prey.
Ooh, do we have
his
his name?
problem?
But it's everybody's problem. It's a stereotype.
Is she being too dramatic, audience? You agree with her? You think she's being too dramatic? No? No? All right.
Color your hair. You're a blonde. You don't have any problems.
Yeah, I'm not a blonde like you're a blonde.
No, because
you're a blonde. Oh, hun.
You're right.
What
The
is
more
it?
mousse, the bigger the hair.
Oh, yeah, mousse,
the
that's
smaller
the answer.
brain. So obviously you have a bigger brain and smaller hair. No, but you can get away with things. Okay, you're right. It is a different kind of blonde. Big blonde, you hide behind that. We hide behind it. I do the giggle and jiggle walk.
And you play that up. You really buy into that, don't you?
Yes, I do. I use it every day of my life. I love it. I'm insecure. I hide behind all of this hair and makeup. I love it. You want to see my giggle and jiggle walk? Sure you do. I don't think you could do this as an optometrist, but then you get away with going, is this better? This or this? This or this? Okay. All right, ready? This is the giggle. It's better if your gynecologist does that.
Breathe, Rhonda, go.
All right, this is the giggle and jiggle walk to get in and get apart, or to be noticed in a bar. Now, as a blonde, you have a way to sit down. You never want to, you want to walk the same way into a room because you don't want to show your rear end. So you have to get into the seat. You cannot look back to find the chair. So you have to walk backwards, feel it with your leg, sit down and hope that someone isn't already sitting in the same chair. There are problems being a blonde, but I love it.
Okay, you enjoy this. I mean, it's never clearly bothered you that you have to affect this to some degree. You're obviously very bright. And, well, you are, you cute thing. But, I mean, it's never bothered, it bothered Cheryl, it's not bothered you.
No, I love it. I really do. Well, I hated being a brunette. I'm sorry, Cheryl.
No, that's okay. No,
Peroxide's going to my brain.
For normal people, it's different. She's an actress and comedian, and she's very, very good at what she does, but her act is being a bimbo, and that's great, and she's very good at it.
It's vulnerable and soft and playful and childlike, and it brings back images to most men of the cheerleader or happier days, and it shouldn't be a threat. And women realize on Up All Night, that it's tongue-in-cheek, that I am totally making fun of, or of myself. And there's nothing the matter with that. And I think
no, absolutely not. That's what I'm saying.
The true blondes that carry on the way that I am do that way. I mean, they are making fun of it. I mean, even Marilyn, I mean, everybody, they do it, and so
if you were having brain surgery and you walked in and your doctor looked like you.
Mm-hmm. I would run.
Thank you.
No, but no, that's not true because I was accepted to law school, and I would have loved to have done that. And I did run for public office, and I had big hair. It was big, dark hair, but it was still, I was always glamorous because I was born with this body. It goes better with blonde hair, like things go better with Coke. I don't know. It's just the way it is. This is a blonde body.
Let me ask the way women react to you, Rhonda. Do women make assumptions about you? When you walk into a room, what happens?
If they don't know what I do, they do. And I love it because there's nothing better than like waiting. They're like, look at her. Bitch. You know, I love that because there's nothing better than waiting and zapping that person as I sit there going, and I know that I'm as intelligent, if not more than that person, that you cannot make assumptions. And that's why I think, see, I love the competition. If somebody would have told me to dye my hair for, you know, dark or right now, I would say no, because I'd have to prove that I can look this way and make it in any job.
Let me ask you, because you have two daughters, Amy and Jacqueline, and one is blonde and one is brunette. And you've seen just at their young ages the difference in the way they're treated. How are they treated?
Amy's the oldest one. She's very, very blonde, blue eyes, like myself. My younger daughter is very brunette. And the other day we had a meeting over at my house, and one of the girls asked Amy, my oldest daughter, you're going to be able to drive pretty soon. You know, what are you going to drive? And she says, I'd like to have a Porsche. And the lady says, well, you better have a rich boyfriend and work it up because you're going to need a lot of money to buy that car. And she says, why do I need to get a rich boyfriend? I'll work hard and do it myself. And then the other one, like 3 minutes later, they looked at the little brunette, the 5-year-old, and says, she'll probably be the smart one. And I'm like, excuse me? And I think, you know...
she'll be the smart one. She'll get the boyfriend and get the Porsche.
There you go. I knew... Thank you, Rhonda. Thank you. I knew she'd take it us in the break. We're going to jump in with a break, but next we're going to meet a woman who doesn't mind being called a dumb blonde. She loves the attention she gets from men. But we'll also meet her ex-boyfriend. He says he bailed out because she was obsessed with living up to the sexy blonde image. We'll be back.
I feel good inside and out.
Summer's Eve Douche, specially formulated to work with your body's own cleansing process so you can feel cleaner, faster, naturally better.
A little help and I'm back to me.
Summer's Eve, for the clean that's more like you.
This new?
Brand new.
Looks new.
Big news from Certs. A new breath mint with extra mint for extra cool, fresh flavor. Go out and pick up a roll.
Yeah, start with this one.
Try new sugar-free Certs extra flavor mints with Retsin, a refreshing new way to be certain with Certs.
Overwhelming evidence indicates that the cure for the disease of illiteracy is the restoration of intensive systematic phonics in every classroom in America.
Learn to read with Hooked on Phonics, the musical reading program. Then, read to learn with SRA reading comprehension used by over 60 million people.
Hooked on Phonics worked for me.
Call 1-800-ABCDEFG.
The quest for reincarnation. Have you lived before? Who were you in a previous lifetime? Were you someone famous? Who were you? This man has the answer. He's E. David Scott, master reincarnationist. By calling this number and answering vital questions on your touch-tone phone, you will receive a personalized reading of who you could have been and where and when you lived. Just $2.95 per minute. Call now. The secrets of your previous life revealed for the first time.
Yes, I'm off the hook. Huh? Not enough stuff to do these dishes.
Not so fast. You just need a spoonful with joy.
All these greasy dishes with one spoonful of joy? I don't buy it.
Well, I do. Using so little saves us money.
Compare a spoonful of lemon Joy to many leading brands. They quit leaving all these dirty dishes. But Joy cleans the whole sink full.
Spoonful worked. Joy saves us.
But not from drying the dishes?
Just a spoonful of lemon Joy cleans more to save you more.
We've heard from two women who say their professional lives were significantly affected by being blonde. Joining us now is Vicki Riggs. She says being blonde has helped her career. But in the case of her ex-boyfriend, Carl, it did not help her love life. Carl left Vicki because she was blonde. Oh, no. Really?
Yeah, but that's okay. We get along better now. We don't have to share the bathroom.
That's the truth.
No, wait a minute. You didn't really leave her because she was blonde.
Definitely, because she was blonde.
Well, what's the problem? It's a hair
But it was blonde
color.
that made you go with me. If it wasn't a blonde, you would never have been with me.
That's true. But you have to understand is that being with a blonde means never getting to dinner on time, learning to take self-defense methods like carrying crackers in your pockets every time you go out so that you're never lost.
No, wait, do you think you are... Now, I know you're addicted to blondes.
Yes.
Rumor has it.
No, that's not a rumor. That's an actual fact.
All right, but do you think you're, like, making generalizations here?
To a certain extent, yes, but to another extent, no. There's a certain attitude or mental thing about a blonde that is definitely different from anything else. Here's where I get in trouble.
And
Brunettes
that's
are
not a
kind
stereotype?
of, yeah, definitely a stereotype.
Thank you.
Brunettes are kind of like puppy dogs. If you can convince them that you're sincere, they'll follow you anywhere.
Not me.
Redheads are all fire and brimstone, and that's nice, but a blonde is never the same way on any 2 days of any particular time, and that is where the excitement is. And with anything, blondes are drug of choice. No matter how much you may hate them on Tuesday, you still call them up on Friday.
So what is the attraction, Carl?
The way I look, the way I am. But it takes me 6 hours to go through this process, but I love it.
No, it doesn't take you 6 hours.
She started at noon today.
No, 11:30.
11:30.
You woke me up at 11.
I called her at 11. I went off to see the Constitution and do some other things around town. Came back at 4. She wasn't ready yet. Threw her out of the room at 5:45.
And I even forgot my jewelry.
So that would have taken more time? Is that what you're telling us?
Yep. She wanted to go back twice. In fact, she did go back twice before the limo picked us up.
Now, Vicky, you spent
Oh, he rushed me.
6 hours getting ready?
Yeah.
But that's...
But that's me. I can't help it.
You love being a blonde, don't you?
I love it, and I wouldn't change it for anything.
What about people? Because
it's just my little sexy thing. I love it.
Why is everyone shaking on this show? I've never seen so much shaking going on.
The funny thing is, I think I'm the only natural blonde, and I have cleavage too, but I don't have to shake it.
But you know what? You're gonna.
Peroxide.
Oh, it is, but you know what? Everyone does it at home in front of the mirror. It's a fantasy. You may not do it here, but in front of the mirror, we all stand, pose. Oh, come on.
Oh, we all do it.
Every guy, they do their little helicopter dance, and we do our little show.
Exactly.
Be honest here.
I was born a blonde. I'll tell you the story.
I'm asking the same question out here. We're not going to ask about the helicopter dance. Makes me nervous just thinking about what that is.
I was born a blonde.
You were born a blonde.
Right, but through the years, my hair got darker. So when I was 10 years old, I told my girlfriend, I said, I want my natural, color blonde back. I said, I don't know what to do. She says, take a bottle of peroxide and sit in the sun. So I took a bottle of peroxide, poured it on my hair, sat in the sun. My mother came home from the store, and I had my hair up in the towel because I knew if she saw it, she'd die. And she told me to go dry my hair, and I says, no. And then she said, I'll do it for you. And she took the towel, and she looked at me. She goes, oh, my God, I thought she was going to have a coronary. So she called up a beauty shop, and I went over there, and I was a blonde ever since, because she knew if she put me back to the hair color I was, that I only do it again.
Well,
I've been a blonde since I was like 10 years old.
Now, Vicky, I know I've been around you before, and women react rather strongly.
Hate me, but I have a saying: either you love me or you hate me. But be damned, you'll never forget me.
Amen. No argument there. Forgetting
In fact,
her is
you
not
never
possible.
forgot me. I'm back.
No, I know, I love you, but the point is that people, the last time I saw you, people are saying, oh, you're giving blondes a bad name, and you're a bimbo, and you're cheap.
That's what they say, but it's not true because I'm me. I can't help it. I love being me.
Doesn't that hurt your feelings?
Nah. Sticks and stones may break my bones. Names, they'll never hurt me.
Blondes have...
Well, okay. Oh, she's spunky. I love that.
And it's also being dumb as a fox.
That's exactly
Dumb
it.
as a fox.
Dumb as a fox.
It's really using what you have. She has it. Why not use it? You know, we didn't go to med school, so we're not optometrists. We use what is God given.
Well, let me ask.
I don't want to be an optometrist anyway. You know why? You got to look through those things all day. Who's going to see your pretty eyes?
Actually, that's not what I do, but that's
what
okay.
do you do? You write prescriptions?
No.
You push pencils.
See, this is why
Sometimes
the patients
you
are
have
confused.
to.
It's not because of your hair color.
Wait a minute, let me get back to Carl, because you've made this sort of like, study of blondes. Now, we're talking about dumb blondes from your experience.
Oh, tell what happened. We went to the islands, and the guy threw the dice off the casino when I wore my dress, my green dress.
They won.
No, we didn't win. They escorted me
Let us
out.
go back to the casino.
They wouldn't
She was
let us
disrupting
back.
the gaming tables.
The guy threw his dice right off the table.
You stopped traffic, obviously.
Definitely.
Isn't that a great thing?
But that's part of it. If you're going out with a blonde, you're going out with an image. You are there to have an image promoted with you. You are as much going out with the fact that she looks the way she looks and she acts the way she acts, which if you happen to be short, fat, and bald like me,
but you were.
It helps.
That was just from dating.
But all blondes don't have the same image. We're all blonde, but we're different images. I can guarantee you, I would get different looks walking in than either one of these people
Amen.
going in.
All right,
but that's part of it. When you're looking at the audience, you would look out at the audience and you would see several blonde ladies, and then you would look at their makeup to see how they're made up, and then you might, from that point on there, determine whether you wish to talk to them or whether you wish to further a conversation. But everybody has an association that clicks the things that most interest them in their mind.
But who do you notice first in the audience?
Well, me, blondes. blondes, like I said, I'm addicted to blondes. I confess to it. I heartily subscribe to it. Anybody in the entire world who's ever gone out with a blonde who looks like Vicky can understand that it is as much a turn-on for them to be seen with them as it is aggravation afterwards when you go home and they take themselves apart. It's the same thing.
But obviously you're willing to deal with the 6 hours because you like the fact it reflects on you, that she's this, like, you know, showstopper.
It is exactly that. If you're, if you, in your own mind, want to be seen, then be seen with a blonde.
Let me ask you, though, I started asking about the dumb blonde stereotype. From your experience, are blondes less intelligent?
No, blondes are whatever they perceive themselves to be, and they will use intelligence or blondness to whatever effect they need to do it. You can never tell with a blonde whether she is pretending and being absolutely silly or whether she is
a ditz.
Being
on
blonde,
any particular day.
Being blonde is very much part of the American culture, and it goes, and maybe it is from television and film, and people have idolized the blonde.
No,
and
that's because women like you have perpetuated a stereotypical myth.
No, that's not true. That's not true. You know who has perpetuated the blonde myth? It is the feminists. It is people like you, like all of us, like this show that are saying that we are dumb. That is not true. As you keep talking about it, the jokes are made. It's
Rhonda, it's your act.
No, it's not my act.
You're proud of it.
Yes, I am. It's fun.
Okay.
But it is the fact that it's perpetuated is because we keep bringing it up. We keep making up the blonde
what
jokes.
we need to stop.
No, we don't need to stop it.
Why do you want to stop it?
It is part.
Why would you want to stop
I
it?
love the way I am.
It is part of our culture. There's nothing the matter with it.
Let's get the audience in on this.
It depends. The one thing that these two women both say is they became blonde because they wanted to be attractive. They wanted to attract attention. Now, what kind of attention do you want? Do you want the attention where a guy is going to shove you up against the wall and think that you're easy, or think you're a ditz, or think you have no brain, or do you want respect?
That's who you are as a person. Yes, that's who you are as a person.
Let's get the audience in on this, folks. Stand up, stand up.
I'm Disney on the inside. I just look like this on the outside.
That's right.
It's true.
That's the way I am.
Vicky, I have a quick question for you.
Sure.
You said it takes 6 hours for you to get ready every day. I was wondering if you have a job.
Yes, I do. I work
What time
nights.
you have to be there?
I'm like Rhonda. I work nights.
Thank you.
I work all night.
What's that mean? You know, what does that mean? What do you do?
Well, what I do is I'm an actress and I'm a dancer.
Okay, that's the answer. Another break. Next, a mother-daughter conflict over whether to be or not to be blonde. The daughter says her mother has acted like a teenage floozy ever since she got rid of her gray and went blonde. We'll be back.
Buying Russian brides from a catalog.
Probably a good deal prettier than what he can get in America.
On the next Jane Whitney Show.
When I was looking for a dentist, I wanted someone I could trust. I called 1-800-DENTIST because I liked the fact that they don't own dental offices. I called another service, and they just wanted to send me to their nearest office. I needed more information, and I needed a dentist who saw children and had flexible hours. I feel that 1-800-DENTIST is an objective service. All the dentists are pre-screened, and they provide a lot of information about them. But most importantly, I feel that it's information I can trust.
Celestial Seasonings and I would now like to demonstrate how to make the world's best tasting iced tea, refrigerator tea. Ready? First, you take Celestial's Iced Delight into the cold water and into the fridge. That's it. No, really, that's it. Celestial now makes iced tea that brews in the refrigerator. Caffeine-free Iced Delight. Fabulous.
Celestial Seasonings. Nature makes the taste. Celestial makes the tea.
Dave takes off on a big fishing trip. Doesn't even invite me. So I go shopping. Hope he likes it.
Super Lotto. It could happen to anybody.
We knew something was up. The foreman wanted to see us right away. They say nobody wins the lottery? Oh, yeah?
Super Lotto. It could happen to anybody.
If you love eggs, but cholesterol has put you on a low-fat diet, Here's a way to turn that diet sunny side up. Introducing Eggland's Best. Eggs from specially fed hens. Like ordinary eggs, they contain cholesterol. Yet in clinical tests, people ate 12 Eggland's Best eggs a week as part of a low-fat diet and showed no increase in their serum cholesterol. Try Eggland's Best. Your cholesterol-conscious diet can now have a sunny side.
Melanie wants her old mother back, the one who used to be a redhead but decided life was more fun as a blonde. Melanie's embarrassed that her middle-aged mom has turned into a Madonna wannabe. But Renee's...
Good afternoon, I'm Ana Chavez in the Eyewitness Newsroom. We interrupt your program for just a moment because we are just receiving reports of a huge traffic accident on Highway 101 at Oyster Point. That's northbound near Candlestick Park. Ambulances and tow trucks are on the way to the scene of the accident. We are hearing now that as many as 10 cars may have been involved in this single crash. The CHP says northbound traffic is reduced to 1 or 2 lanes as they try to get to that accident site. On a day when hazardous weather and storms are the major story, we don't know yet how much or whether rain was a factor. Of course, we'll bring you more information as we get it. We return to your program in progress.
Don't you think as a grandmother that she should dye her hair back to dark and look a little bit more, not dress so wild and just feel like a grandmother, look like a grandmother? And
You're more like the mother than her.
Depends on if exactly, she is my mother.
Exactly.
One at a time here.
You need to get your hair blonde and mousse it.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
Okay, absolutely not.
Cheerleader of the grandson school.
Yeah.
Why not? Why does she have to be taken seriously?
Let me find out from
She's
Melanie.
a grandmother.
Melanie, we've just heard...
Grandmothers have to have fun, too.
I love it. My mother's
but it doesn't have
75.
to
She's a
be long
geriatric
hair and
slut,
white
and
hair.
I love it. I do.
Melanie! I think there's different degrees of blondness because you're blonde, I'm blonde, but these are definitely different levels of blonde.
I'm not blonde like they're blonde.
Different
All right.
blondes.
Yeah.
It's a difference between...
No.
Jane, I don't care
I'm
if
allergic
she's...
to mousse, Rhonda.
Sandy blonde is one thing, but white blonde is another.
All right, now what? She sounds really happy, though. She loves the attention. What's the problem for you?
The problem for me is, like I just said, I mean, I just feel that if she had darker hair and maybe dressed a little bit more conservative, that...
What is the
Can I
grandmother
talk?
supposed to look
Can I talk for 1 second? That she might even feel better as a grandmother, and as her daughter, I would probably feel better too.
Well, I know that she's been lobbying to have you go blonde.
Yeah, I was blonde for a long time, and
Didn't you like it?
I loved it, and I liked it a lot, but I came to a point in my life where I wanted to be taken more seriously, and I don't think, if you walked in somewhere, I don't think you're really taken seriously.
Who cares
Who cares whether you're taken seriously or not?
Exactly. It's not, you know, if you feel good about yourself and you're doing, no one else is paying the bills but you.
Okay, but let's just be fair about this, because you two, Vicky and Rhonda, I mean, you're in showbiz.
You guys are performers.
And there's a difference, you know, it's a different standard.
I did other things.
Did you
I'm
win?
not just talking.
Did you win?
I lost by 100 votes, and it was not because
What public office?
Register of Conveyances in New Orleans, and I was accepted to law school, and I've done a lot of other things. I have my own production company.
You were a brunette when you ran for office.
You were
a brunette when you ran for office. You were a brunette when you ran for office.
Okay.
Yeah, but you were taken seriously when you ran for political office because you were a brunette. Yeah, but you're a comedian. It's different when you're a quote-unquote normal.
You have to walk in, and Hollywood is the hardest place in the world.
Yeah, but you're established as a comedian. You're established. So you're not established as a comedian.
I'm a woman.
Are you established as a comedian?
But Melanie's in the car rental game, and you're saying that from your experience that you're better off as a brunette.
Definitely. I feel that when I was a blonde and I was a manager, if a customer had a problem, they would come up to me and I'd give them the solution to the problem. They would always ask me, oh, is there another manager here? Is there somebody else I can talk to? Whereas now, as a brunette, if somebody has a problem and they ask for me and I talk to them, they take my answer, they respect it, they leave, and they're happy and they walk away. And That's a big thing for me.
That's just your attitude. As a
It's
stand-up,
not my
I walk out on
attitude.
stage
I'm sorry,
and I
I
have to
had the
take
same
control.
attitude as
It's
a blonde
it's a
as I do as a
thing.
brunette.
When I do stand-up,
You're wrong.
and then when
You're
I'm up
completely
all night,
wrong.
you're on stage or in front of an audience. You
need to
take
lighten up
control.
a
You can be a
little.
blonde, you can be a brunette, you can be bald like Carl. It doesn't make any difference.
That's right, exactly.
But that's part of it. You're looking, everybody has an image that they see themselves at. And a blonde's image is 100% image. It is 100% from their toenails all the way up to the top of their head. And it is,
Listen,
it is
I
an
had the
image,
same
it is
attitude
an
as a
image.
blonde as I do as a brunette. And
Okay,
let me tell you something.
Really?
In a
That's
business
the
world,
point.
yes, I
Melanie,
do.
when you were a blonde, did you get more attention from men?
Yes. Yeah.
Yes, you
First
did.
thing
Yeah,
I'm saying I did.
Definitely,
I'm
you
saying
have
I
to
did.
lighten up.
Okay, I'm saying that I definitely got more attention as a blonde, but I don't know if it was necessarily good attention.
But
I
is
mean,
it possible that you just
it wasn't.
made it
I don't think it.
good?
I
Did you
really
make- did it
don't
make
think
you
it
feel
was
good?
good attention. I think it was a lot of floozy attention,
Yeah,
like
you get it.
screaming, yelling, whistling.
Exactly. You
I
get
don't
attention
necessarily
because
think
they
that that's
think
good
you're
attention.
First thing you have
because
to do
they
is
think
get
it's
your
an
head
easy
together
way.
with your hair color. That's the first thing you do. Like, hey, I'm me, regardless of what color I am. All right?
Right.
You can be a blonde like her, or you can be a blonde like me. But if the head is there, that's all you need.
First of all, I don't agree with another thing that Rhonda said earlier is I feel that if two people are walking into, say, a nightclub, okay, and you get a blonde and you have a brunette, I feel that if the blonde is pretty and the brunette is pretty, a guy will look at a blonde maybe first, but if the brunette is prettier, they will leave with the brunette.
Not necessarily.
It's not Carl. You're not in the club.
So.
All right, wait a minute.
Floozy. What do you mean?
Necessarily so.
We've got hands up.
So that's easy.
I'm not
All right,
saying that you
hold
are.
on. Stand up over here. What do you want to...
Yeah, I've watched Rhonda a couple times on Up All Night, and I think she's amazing for one thing, and more things. If you know, I haven't had a chance to meet her very well, but I'd say she's amazing for one thing. She evokes an image and she makes fun of it. She's not serious about it, and she has fun with it. And it's not funny because of you know, she's making fun of blondes or she's making fun of brunettes. It's just funny because everyone gets really wrapped up in it and everyone gets, you know, I'm really mad and blah, blah, blah. I think she has a really good attitude on life and about herself.
But don't you think it stereotypes the blonde as being easy, as being someone who's dumb, stupid, can't be taken seriously?
Every guy.
Would you go to this person for anything serious?
Every guy.
Now, let's be honest.
So
Cheryl's asking a legitimate question. Who's got an answer to Cheryl's question?
Guy.
Stand up. I won't hit you. Come here.
I'm being attacked by the killer bimbo movie.
If a brunette was doing the giggle and jiggle, I mean, a brunette wouldn't get away with it. And the blonde, that's what blondes have been.
It depends on the body and the attitude.
It really does depend on who you are.
Rhonda.
I could do the same show.
That
See,
doesn't
you
work
can
with
do it,
brunettes.
which means it's a fantasy. All women have a fantasy.
Because she doesn't have any moose. That's why. You were blonde, and what happened?
Well, most of the people who knew me as brunette too, and also as a redhead. But
See, we keep changing,
But
looking for
that's
the
it.
perfect.
Indecision created a problem. You haven't created an image for yourself. All of the blondes that I've ever met have an image of themselves that is absolutely...
I don't want to be an image. I want to be me.
Yeah,
But
it's
that's
fine
the
to be
point.
you no matter
But
what.
you have,
All right.
in order to be you have to know what you look like.
See, it worked out okay.
In order to be you have to know who you are. You have to know who you are, what you look like, what you want. If you don't know who you are and you don't know what you want, you don't know what the image of yourself in your mind is,
But Carl,
you
I
can't
gotta ask you
promote
the
it.
question, why are Melanie and Cheryl saying from their experience that as blondes they were treated less seriously? I mean, this giggle and jiggle stuff
That's
works
ridiculous.
against...
It didn't matter.
I'm embarrassed for her for doing it, whether she was blonde or brunette. I don't think anybody should get away from it. I think it's
Part of the
embarrassing.
problem is that if you look back at 83 and 84 and in that time in there, very few women were taken serious, no matter what color their hair was.
That's exactly
He
right.
makes a good point. All right.
So it has. So part of the image, part of the image change.
The whole point of this show is: do these women perpetuate stereotypes, etc.?
No,
that's the
right.
point.
By talking about it, you
All right.
are creating.
We're going to let the
creating it by doing
audience
it
tell us what they think about that. We're going to go into a break. You can all talk at once. We're in the break. We'll be back. If you're romantically involved with your boss and your coworkers are giving you a rough time, please call 1-800-370-2712.
He's big. He's purple. He's your best friend. He's...
Oh, hi, everybody. I love you. You love me.
Now, Barney, that lovable purple dinosaur, is available on home video. It's a collection your preschooler will love, offered only from Time Life Video. With Barney, your children will sing,
Working on the railroad.
dance,
Oh, Mr. Knickerbocker, boppity-bop.
and learn while having fun.
To my house, I buckle my belt, buckle up my seatbelt.
Your child's collection begins with Caring Means Sharing at the special price of $9.99. This video is packed with songs, skits, and activities as Barney and friends show your kids how to love and respect others and themselves. Then every other month or so, your child will receive other fun Barney videos like Our Earth, Our Home,
Will you help protect the earth and keep it clean?
Yes, we will.
Carnival of Numbers,
We love to do the number limbo.
and Alphabet Soup.
A, B, C, D, E, F, G.
Call this toll-free number now so your children can have their first Barney video. Caring Means Sharing to watch over and over again for $9.99. And if you order with your credit card, you'll receive a free Barney in concert audio tape featuring your child's favorite Barney songs.
I love you, you love me. We're a happy.
I love you, Barney.
Here's how to order.
Call this toll-free number now to order your first video of Barney and Friends. Caring Means Sharing for the introductory price of $9.99. Use your credit card and you'll receive a free Barney audio cassette, Barney in Concert. Call now.
Back talking about the stereotype of the dumb blonde, and you had something you wanted to say.
I just want to say that there are two different kinds of blondes, and I would never want to be put in the same category as you. And I don't think that you stereotype blondes, but you just act stupid, and that's your problem. But
No,
the
I
bottom
don't act
line
stupid.
is,
That's your
is
problem for thinking that.
No, it's what
How
comes
dare
out of
you
your
tell me
mouth.
that I act stupid. You don't know me at all.
It's what comes out of your mouth, and it doesn't matter what color your
No,
hair
it doesn't what comes out of my mouth. You obviously don't get it. You have no sense of humor. It's being
I have a
humorous.
great sense of humor.
No, you don't. You
I
wouldn't
think
call
you're
me
funny.
stupid.
So,
I don't think doing the iggle jiggle does the lever.
No, it's just that you can't presume something without knowing someone.
I have to say something here, and I'm sorry to cut you off. But one of the things, we're talking about stereotypes, and she's saying they're two different kind of blondes. Now, here's one of my experiences. With my company, I built a $150 million a year company despite being blonde. I had to actually change my color to being a brunette because when I first started, my business was started by making house calls to the studios and servicing, if you will, celebrities with their eyewear. I can't tell you how many times, because of the stereotypes that these women have, I was cornered against walls. I was practically like molested.
It's not because of
people.
us. It's what is on television.
Wait a minute.
It's what's out there.
It's the whole stereotype. Not you specifically, but I'm saying the entire
Let me ask a young blonde whether you think the stereotype. I mean, you think the stereotype exists, obviously.
It somewhat exists, but I mean, it depends on how strong you are. If you believe in yourself, if you're smart, then you can go.
Well, what makes you
limit.
smarter than me? Because your hair is straight? Or you're saying
And you got no
smart
makeup
things?
on?
But that's part of
She
it.
acts by the way she talks, by the way she
He's
walks.
asking what makes you smarter than she is.
That way she
Nothing. I
walks.
never
You
was.
just tell by the way she acts.
I
by the way she talks.
See, she's getting defensive. Okay, let me just.
Okay, wait a minute. Let me just.
Bottom line in business is often the paycheck, right? What she was saying, her money, or what she makes. And I won't go into that. But I do very, very well, and I invest very, very well. And I don't think you can be dumb, and I do this all on my own. So I don't think you can make a presumption
you have
about
one final
someone.
word to her?
But another.
Hold on.
I don't know what to say to her. She scares me a little bit.
Okay.
That's part of it.
Because I'll chew up anyone who puts down any blonde when you don't know anything about them. Donna's laughing to the bank.
I agree with you. I agree with you guys to a certain point, but the point of being blonde is to overcome the myth. You have to present yourself in a certain way. You have to be very, very careful about presentation when you're in the quote-unquote normal world.
Doing
If
the
I
iggle
went out
jiggle
and
isn't
did my
gonna get
job
you
the way
there.
you guys look, I would never be taken seriously. Therefore, I have to dress more conservative.
I don't like the world of normal people.
I know, but I'm saying as a blonde.
I don't
in the
care.
normal world.
But
I don't have to deal with the normal world.
We're
If you
talking.
believe a certain way, that you should believe another way because that's what everybody's going to perceive of you, and you don't want that either. Either you're going to be an individual, whether it be blonde or anything else, or you're not.
A little class.
That's the bottom line.
And that's the I got plenty of class.
Well, you don't have to just jiggle all over.
Folks up on the set.
I like that.
Folks up on the set.
Yo.
Go ahead.
I understand how they enjoy being blonde, and that's the image that they want to present because they're performers. But for people in the real world or that are working, it's very hard to be taken seriously when the image is projected that way. And for me, I'm a natural blonde, but for me, it's always, are you a real blonde? Did you dye your hair? And sometimes I even wear glasses to try to be like perceived more intelligent because people don't understand.
You actually feel you have to put on glasses? Well, that's another stereotype, though. I don't want to cut into Cheryl's business because that's what she does.
Loose the hair, go with it. Honey, if it's natural, that's all the better.
Do you honestly think, though, do you honestly believe that you're going to be taken seriously in a business world?
Honey, I don't care what I'm taken seriously or
We're
not.
talking
I don't give a damn what people think.
But you should.
I know the way
you
I
should
am.
care about
No, I don't, because then I'll pay my bills. I don't give a damn.
We're talking apples and oranges. She doesn't want to work at a car rental company, and you don't want to do what she does. I just settled it. We're taking a break. Next, we're going to meet a man who says women aren't the only ones who suffer from the dumb blonde myth. He's a model who says being blonde is a handicap for men. He'll tell us why next. Stereo.
Buying Russian brides from a catalog.
Probably a good deal prettier than what he can get in America.
On the next Jane Whitney Show.
Want an adjustable bed, but don't think you can afford one? Then you haven't priced Craftmatic adjustable beds lately. Craftmatic Model 2 beds cost hundreds less than these quality flat beds. And this Craftmatic Model 3 is available at 50% of Craftmatic 2's low cost. 50%. Craftmatic Model 3 and 2 beds adjust to all these healthful positions and offer optional heat and massage, yet cost less than these quality flat beds. Get our free catalog by mail, including information on Craftmatic 3s at savings of 50% of Craftmatic 2's low cost.
Hello, I'd like to receive your free catalog and 50% information by mail.
Certainly, sir.
It's easy, so call for this free catalog right away.
Call toll-free 1-800-435-4200. That's 1-800-435-4200 toll-free. 1-800-435-4200.
For years, something stopped me from buying Dawn. This, a piece of fruit, stood between me and the best way to clean grease. But I'm a lemonette, just love the smell. So I gotta have a lemon liquid. But there wasn't any lemon Dawn.
Until now. Introducing Lemon Scent Dawn. New Lemon Scent Dawn breaks up grease, takes it away, and helps keep it away.
Lemon, Dawn, now we're talking.
New Lemon Scent Dawn takes grease out of your way.
February is Black History Month. Join me, Chris Galley, in celebrating Black History Month at the San Francisco Exploratorium. Every weekend during February, the Exploratorium presents special programs and events. Enjoy films on blues musicians, see a special theater performance, and get your hands on hundreds of fun Exploratorium exhibits. On February 20th and 21st, meet a Warrior player at the Exploratorium and learn about his personal history. So join the Warriors and KPIX Channel 5 for Black History Month at the Exploratorium.
Does the dumb blonde stereotype also affect men? Our next guest says yes. Tom Taylor's a model who complains that he's not taken seriously because he's blonde. Really?
Definitely.
Give us an example.
I go to do a photo shoot where I'm paying to increase the pictures in my book, paying a photographer, fashion photographer, $250. I walk in with a lavender suit from Paris, $1,000 silk suit. I say I'd like to be the first outfit. He goes, I could see you with a surfboard and a Speedo. I'm like, no, I'd like to shoot in this silk suit I just bought. Well, you know, you really have the blonde hair and you're tan, and you really should be with the surfboard. That's not going to help me in this business.
Now, what are you saying? People want tall, dark, and handsome? Is that because you're handsome?
Well, that's, I guess, what they've been, it's been instilled in people's minds, tall, dark, and handsome for years. Personally, I like to meet the guy that came up with that and pull him aside and say, excuse me, tall, dark, and handsome, okay?
Could be worse. You could look like me.
Yeah, he's right. Yeah, you're right.
Wouldn't get any parts at all.
You're lovable, Carl. You're so lovable.
Yes, but they're not going to pay me to do that sort of stuff.
Okay, but are you, I mean, does this really annoy you that your work is limited because of your stereotype that you're fighting?
It does, because when I'm from Allentown, I have to, the nearest market for modeling is New York, okay? So when I go to New York, everybody looks the same. They're 6'1", black hair, they wear black boots, blue jeans, black leather jackets, white t-shirts. They're clones. So I walk in, I go to some auditions just to like throw a wrench into it. What's a blonde hair guy doing here? Tell him to get a surfboard and go home. That's, you know, how it is.
The boy next door type.
In L.A., now I would probably do very well
Now,
in that
here's
market.
the thing. These women are milking their blondness, you know? They're, like, into that mousse and laughing all the way to the bank. And why don't you do the same?
I just don't want to have to do that yet, okay? I think I can make it on my own in New York, because they're going to have to book a blonde guy. They do, and I do work. I've done some print jobs, but it's just that they're so into this 6'1", dark hair, just like a lot of women.
But you said it just takes a while, whatever you want to do, and then they will find the uniqueness in you, which you do have.
Exactly. I
and
mean,
it's not overnight.
It's
nothing
tough.
is.
When I go to a bar, okay, I'll give you an example. When I go to a bar, I have one of my best friends, 6'1", black hair, and he's a male model, and all the women look at him. So I could walk in front of them, and they're still going to go, wow, look at a brunette. So you know, it might be 1 o'clock in the morning, and it's a little hot, and then, so like I'm dancing all night, and then like I have to do this, you know, to get the girls to notice me.
So you're the one who leaves with the brunette at the end of the evening.
Yeah, exactly.
It's nice to know that she's not going home alone.
All right, well, the audience was into that. I don't know, Tom. Seemed to work for them.
I think one of the biggest problems is people assume if you're blonde, if you're male or female, that you're dumb. And for a guy, if a woman's in a nightclub, she's probably not going to pick up on a guy who's blonde because she's going to assume, well, if he's dumb, he probably doesn't have a good job and he probably doesn't have any money, or he's probably just a surfboard.
It's haunting
What
him.
is it about blondes and taking off their clothes, though? There is something.
I don't know. All right, let me.
You talk from experience.
Let me get this audience.
Yeah.
I like to say I know where you're coming from because I had my hair dyed blonde completely, and no one took me serious. And being in a band. I'm a drummer in a band.
In a band, yeah.
And, you know, people told me that, you know, you have to dye your hair black or brown or whatever. They don't want a blonde in the band.
It's a norm, right.
Let me say one thing. When I was 18, I went in to get my hair, just a few highlights in my hair. And I figured I'd get like a couple blonde streaks in the front, nothing heavy. And my mother took the beautician aside and said, make her a blonde. Behind my back, I had no idea. When I left the beauty shop, I left with blonde hair, like this panel, like her, like my mother. And I literally did not go to school for 2 days. I wore a hat out of the beauty shop on my head. I was totally embarrassed. A year later, I went to college. Every guy in the school wanted to go out with me. And why did they want to go out with me? So, because I was a blonde and they wanted me on their arm, and that was it.
This is bad?
Yeah. I mean, every guy wants to date a blonde bombshell, but are they going to marry you? No. They will marry you.
Who wants to get married?
Necessarily so.
Okay, Vicky, thank you. We're bailing out of this segment. We'll be back. If you're going to be in the New York area and would like free tickets to our show, please call 1-800-771-2700.
If you're getting bored with your hair, you should try Topsy-Tail, the incredible hair fashion tool that creates exciting new hairstyles in seconds. It's so easy. If you can make a ponytail, you can Topsy-Tail. Simply place the Topsy-Tail in the center of the ponytail, thread hair through the loop, and pull for a beautiful new look. And with the same basic steps, you can create dozens of dazzling styles for every occasion in no time. It's all right here in the Glamour Guide. Topsy-Tail works on any hair type. Kids love Topsy-Tail too. School time, playtime, anytime. It's even great for shoulder-length hair. Now, for less than the cost of one visit to the hair salon, you can order Topsy Tail, complete with Glamour Guide for just $12.95. Order now and we'll also send you secrets to French braiding. Create a whole new look and a whole new you. Order Topsy Tail today.
Credit card users call toll-free 1-800-521-5888. Sorry, no CODs. That's 1-800-521-5888. Or send $12.95 plus $3.50 shipping and handling to the address shown on your screen. Credit card users call now 1-800-521-5888.
Dieters have different needs, so Accutrim made different formulas.
My appetite was humongous before Accutrim Maximum Strength.
I would lose my willpower after 3 p.m. until late day.
If it weren't for 16 Hour, I'd eat all day and all night.
Accutrim, one is right for you.
I feel good inside and out. Summer's Eve Douche, specially formulated to work with your body's own cleansing process so you can feel cleaner, faster, naturally better.
A little help and I'm back to me.
Summer's Eve, for the clean that's more like you.
Walt Disney Pictures presents the film critics have declared the first must-see movie of '93, Homeward Bound, The Incredible Journey.
Domesticated animals wouldn't stand a chance out here.
It's irresistible, a modern classic in the tradition of Old Yeller. Here's a film that cuts straight to the heart, the best live-action family film in years. It's spectacular. You'll love it. Don't miss Walt Disney Pictures' Homeward Bound, The Incredible Journey, rated G. Now playing at a theater near you.
We are a nation of sexual illiterates.
Think you know everything there is to know about sex? Well, these folks say you've got a lot to learn. Now, Inside Edition investigates the multi-million-dollar industry of video sex education.
The only way to learn about sex is to actually see it.
Will watching these videotapes make you a better lover, or are they just the newest way to peddle pornography? You decide on the next Inside Edition.
Today at 4:30 on KPIX Channel 5.
Back now talking about blonde stereotypes, and what you have to say?
I just had a question for that gentleman there. You said that you have a problem with stereotyping, and you fall into the same category that they do. I was just wondering what your educational background was.
Well, I'm a personal fitness trainer. I run a men's division of a modeling school. I went to Bloomsburg College for 4 years. Okay, what I'm trying to say is in what I do, in New York City, the whole campaign right now is brunettes. Versace, biggest designer out right now, is brunettes.
So if you want to make the
I could have a better body and have a better book than those guys, but they look at me and go, blonde, out. Go to L.A.
Go to LA.
Carry a
You
surf.
should if you want to make them.
They're trying to ship you out there, Tom. All right, this gentleman back here, go ahead.
Hi, I wanted to say that the blondes with the stereo myth is like when look, they do their hair big and they wear the cheap outfits. They play it that way just to get guys. That's just the way of doing it. But I mean, I don't think they're stupid. I don't think they're,
you know what?
I don't think they're stupid at all.
For themselves.
Right, I think you're smarter because you have to do that. I mean,
No, but I mean, you dress up for yourself.
You
It's
as a
not
guy, do you look at blondes differently? Do you make assumptions about blondes?
it all depends at the way they dress. I mean, the way
How much
they
moose
present
there-
themselves. Right.
Moose, I'll tell you. Never did I think. All right, Santa.
There are two contradictory images here. Blondes like the professional, competent person in the gray suit, and blondes who are taking advantage of the image and yourself. Professional.
I'm another category. We're going to take a break. We'll be back. If your friends and family are turning their backs on you because you're planning a divorce, please call 1-800-370-2712.
Now, from Channel 5 Eyewitness News.
Hi, everybody. Meteorologist Brian Sussman here in the KPIX Weather Center. A flash flood watch is out for Sonoma and Marin counties, as well as the Santa Cruz Mountains right now until 7 o'clock. A high wind warning out for the entire Bay Area due to very gusty winds. In the High Sierra, it's a winter storm warning. Interstate 80 closed westbound, metering traffic eastbound in the high country. And in Southern California, floods aplenty. Details tonight at 5 o'clock.
From Walt Disney Pictures, Aladdin has everyone in America singing.
Mr. Aladdin, sir, have a wish or 2 or 3. Right. I'm in the mood. How you do? You ain't never had a friend. Never had a friend. You ain't never had a friend. Never had a friend. You ain't never had a friend like me.
Aladdin,
Rated G. Get in the mood at a theater near you.
How many ways are there to enjoy life on a Lark three-wheeled scooter?
Hundreds of ways. When the going gets tough, the tough go shopping. That's me on my Lark.
Here, try one of these. This is my idea of a little bit of heaven, and my Lark puts me here.
You're doing real well, Kiki. And so am I, thanks to my Lark.
People said I wouldn't be able to get around like I used to, but my Lark and I, we do just fine.
My Lark taught me I could keep on learning and growing.
Hey, you did it, Tommy! Looks like Lark's got me acting like a kid again.
How about you? Isn't it time you got some mobility and freedom back into your life?
Join the club.
For a free color Lark brochure, call 1-800-554-6300. 1-800-554-6300.
Guests of our show stay at the beautiful Bostonian Hotel in historic Faneuil Hall in downtown Boston. Back now, and you had something you wanted to say.
Well, first of all, I want to say Renee looks excellent.
Thank you.
Really.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
And I just want to say that my daughter is a blonde. Right. And when I go out with her, shopping or whatever, all the men look at her.
What about you? All the men look at you, right?
No, they look at her.
What? Stand up, daughter,
But
beautiful.
she wasn't a blonde.
I was a brunette, and I feel like I have so much more self-confidence being a blonde. I feel better about myself, and I think everyone looks great.
That's it. It's an image.
Okay.
Well, let me say one thing. My mother is beautiful. There's no doubt about that. I don't think a girl could ask for a more beautiful mother, but I feel now that she's a grandmother, if her hair was a little bit darker and she dressed a little bit more conservative, that she might feel better in her role as a grandmother. And I'm
What is the stereotype? Oh, no! Role as a grandmother.
I mean, I just
okay,
think
stand
that
up.
Listen, you don't have to be a blonde to have more
I
fun, but
understand,
it
maybe a
helps.
little bit darker.
You don't.
I'm not saying not blonde, but how about like a darker blonde, maybe like Cheryl?
All right,
that's a beautiful
now we're
blonde.
negotiating hair color. Wait a minute.
My comment is for the mother and daughter also. If your mother being a blonde makes her feel good about herself, I think you should be happy for her, whether she's a mother or a grandmother. And this is my mother, and if she wants to be blonde and it makes her feel good, then
whatever makes her happy.
You were blonde? Why'd you switch?
Because blonde isn't for me. I don't think that'd be a bimbo in blonde.
But what did you experience as a blonde? That's
I
hair
wanted to
falling
see
out
how
of
I looked
bed.
just because I needed a change.
Yeah.
And it just wasn't for me.
With her cheekbones, she could have purple hair. She'd still look good. All right.
My thing is, if she's happy, I'm happy.
A new way to be a better lover or a new way to peddle pornography. Watch Inside Edition today at 4:30. The Golden Girls are next on Channel 5.
Successful. Her and her daughter are gorgeous blondes. They dress like me. In fact, this dress came from her shop.
Plug in her shop. Cheryl, last word. Go.
But you don't. You can still be sexy. You can still be attractive without looking like a hooker.
Exactly.
What's wrong with looking like a hooker? I don't know. We're out of time. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you back here next time. If you'd like a transcript of the preceding program, please send $5 along with the program name, subject, and air date to Burrell's Transcripts, Post Office Box 7, Livingston, New Jersey, 07039.
It was the strangest thing. I came in from the garden and heard these bubbling sounds from the kitchen. On the stove was this hearty simmering pot of stew, chunks of beef, potatoes, carrots, and on the counter a can of Dinty Moore beef stew. It hit me. The big guy had been there, Dinty Moore, cooking his stew in my kitchen. Wasn't crazy about the huge thumbprint on the counter, but the stew was real satisfying.
Dinty Moore, the stuff that legends are made of.